Hello. Okay. So this is another movie I saw a couple days ago. It's called The Stranger Beside Me, and again, it was a TV movie. Um, what happens sometimes is, and you guys will be able to relate to this. If you watch something on YouTube, then they go, okay, so you like that kind of stuff. So then they populate your queue or whatever with like material. So Um, okay. This one could be considered a, well, young adult drama movie, only more heavy on the drama and more heavy on there's some mature themes here, but not too mature. Okay. So it stars Tiffany Amber Thiessen, or Tiffany Thiessen. I just remember her from the days when you have three names. I'm sorry if you're out there, I didn't mean to do that, but. Okay, and then Eric Close plays the bad guy, and then Gerald McRaney plays her friend. Gerald McRaney, you might know from Major Dad or Designing Women or a lot of things. He's been in a lot of TV movies as the patriarch and as a no nonsense guy, that kind of thing. Okay, so, and he plays a guy named Dave. And she plays Jennifer, and the bad guy that's her husband turns into her husband is Chris Gallagher. And the reason these names are important is because it's based on real life events. So this was based on a true life story. Okay. So once again, there's an ironic part already from the start. Tiffany Thiessen, the character, didn't like to be that social. If she was at a party, she would be the character drawing or doing art or something when everybody else is doing whatever you do, right? So the friend, Dave, says to her, well, Jen, it's really cool that you can be alone sometimes, but I don't think you're meant to be alone all the time. And you might be passing up the opportunity to be with somebody. But we realize, kind of shortly into the movie, why she might be classified as antisocial because in her past, she was uh, taken advantage of where she used to live. And so the fact that she moved to the place they are was an escape from that. Okay. And I have a theory, and it's just a theory, but um, I think some people can sense when someone is easy prey and they latch onto that person. Okay. And we see that the character of Chris is not a good character from the very beginning because he ha- he has done some stuff that's not good. And instead of leaving and saying I'm done, Jennifer comes back again, and I'm like, when I saw that in the movie, I said, well, when I saw what he did in the first place, I was like, okay, leave now. And when she took him back, I'm like, oh no, it's only going to get worse. But then again, you know, the non judgmental part of my brain is going, okay, but if she left, there would be no movie. So then, you know, um, okay. And plus, another thing I noticed is that it seemed like the male character was on the fast track for marriage. I mean, feels like to me they only dated for maybe 3 months, maybe on the outset 6 months, and they were already married. And I was like, whoa, that was fast. And then he started acting in ways that are not good. And this was early on in the marriage. And I guess the character thought that it would get better. But like I said, if you've been through that kind of thing, it never gets better. It gets worse until you get out. And nothing happened to her, the character, but he did some stuff with other characters in the movie. And I'm going to kind of fast forward a little bit because, okay, they get married and she gets pregnant right away. And so I'm like, oh, okay, another wrinkle. They're going to have a kid. So it makes it more complicated. You can't just leave. Because even if you leave, then he's the father, he's still, allowed visitation to visit his child, to see his child. So that makes it more difficult, right? Okay. So then I'm like, oh, okay. But, his crimes keep getting worse and worse. And so she's determined to leave. And she tries to leave at least twice that I remember. And it doesn't work because he either finds out or the police, because he's involved in he was in the Navy and he got like discharged, but not dishonorably, just discharged. And so I guess they have a different view of him than his wife. And so she kind of has that going against her too. And then what happens is she finds out that he, well, I don't think he explicitly told her he was going to do anything, but she kind of had the feeling, like, an uneasy feeling. So she chases him, or kind of not chases, but like tails him. And then she calls the cops on her own husband and says, "Get over here. I know he's going to do XYZ. You better get out of here now." And they do. And they catch him because, okay. Oh, well, let's see. I'm trying to think of language I can use. His MO was he would break into houses and then grape the woman inside every time. But what happened is Jennifer called the police before he could break in and successfully, what I said. So they caught him before anything really happened. But I still think that if they hadn't done that, he would have been doing it over and over until whenever. Because what I mean is, I don't think he was going to stop on his own. So then, at the end of the movie, and this doesn't always happen, but then at the end of the movie, they give you a little, like a synopsis of where the people are now, kind of a thing. And it says that Chris Gallagher, the name, pled guilty to 4 counts of what I said, grave. And he was sentenced to 99 years. So kind of he's never gonna see them again. So yeah, and then they say that Jennifer and her daughter are living somewhere. Although they don't give details for obvious reasons. So there you go. I gave the whole synopsis, and I gave a PG as much as I could version of the film. So, all right. Good night, everybody.